Norfolk State having a chapter here, and we're 2 years old, that the National Association of Norfolk State University asked us, can we host the National Leadership Conference in Wilmington this July, and that's July 23rd, 24th, and 25th. And it's huge, and we stepped up to the plate because you may have maybe 20 some members. We don't have 20, but I mean you may have even 10 members, but you only have a few that will work. And I thank you for the ones that are working for the chapter. But we're having a function at the Belvedere Fire Hall. In fact, can I read this if that's okay, Mike?
Yeah.
It's going to be Behold the Green and Gold HBCU Reunion. And that's inviting all the HBCU schools to come out, hang out with Norfolk State. It doesn't have to just be a party. It could be like just talking and getting to know each other. Because I know once you have those conversations about the HBCU schools, it goes, it's everlasting.
Right.
But they're having, we're having a reunion, and it's Saturday, March 7th, 2015, at the Belvedere Fire Hall. Tickets in advance are $20. You can actually look at the website, hbcude.com, and get more information as far as who to get the tickets from. But it's a really great event if you want to look at it. But
That's awesome.
Yeah, the flyers are out. But I think right now it's going to take many of us to really come together to make this happen.
Right.
Also, I wanted to say one more, I know this is not a public service,
You good.
but Applebee's Pancake Breakfast. Now, this is not Norfolk State University. This is the HBCU Delaware Coalition. So there's two. You have the alumni chapters, but then you have a coalition for all of the chapters. But we're having an Applebee's Pancake Breakfast, and it reads, enjoy a short stack for a tall cause.
I like that. I like that.
And it says you're invited to the Applebee's Flapjack fundraiser breakfast to support HBCU Delaware Coalition Incorporated for MLK Scholarship. Now, this scholarship that we generate money for doesn't go to just one university. It goes to any HBCU student that may be in need. Okay? Be mindful that is in need. But it's on February 28th, 2015, and the time is at 8 a.m. Until 10 o'clock a.m. And that's at the Applebee's out to Wilton, in the Wilton area.
Right.
And you can get tickets from me, Stephen Washington. My number is area code 302-602-5149. Or you can email me at stevewash@comcast.net. And of course, you have my hbcude.com website. But all this comes hand in hand for our community.
Exactly.
And it's for our youth. Our youth need to see more graduates coming back to the community to help them out. It's so many graduates from HBCU schools in positions. We have judges from Hampton. We have directors for the city of Wilmington.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more accountants that's from the community.
Right.
So I want them to come on out.
Exactly.
So.
And that's such an important thing that you're doing is it's all about expansion.
It is.
And support. And as you said, many people have prospered as a result of their education.
Yeah.
Whether it was via their own payment or a scholarship or whatever the case may be, they've got a great education. And a lot of people are very successful based on their education. In this climate of credentialism, we need to have some paper behind us. So I'm thankful, Steve, that you're just tireless in this work.
Yeah.
God has definitely put it on your heart, and I think we were talking before the program how when God wants to use you, He will just put you in your lane, man, and let you do your thing. And when we need Him to straighten us out, He'll do that. But we just keep it moving, And I'm grateful for people like yourself. I think about our brother Norman Oliver, graduate Delaware State, and a lot of people don't know this, but Norman founded a scholarship fund down Delaware State.
Nice.
And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of his business leadership here
Yeah.
in Delaware and in the community. He's from Southbridge. Norm will tell you in a minute, where his heart is. And he's all about that economic development, but he also supports education. Doc Pritchett, another graduate, Delaware State. And the list just goes on and on. So many people graduated from Morgan State, Norfolk State, Dell State, Hampton, Shaw.
Yeah.
We know people from all of those schools, man, and the kids will definitely benefit from that. I'd like to see my daughter Kira ultimately get that experience. She's working and getting her education at Dell Tech, and we know that she's going to matriculate from there. And we're looking at the HS. How do you?
HBCU.
HBC.
Yeah.
I keep thinking HSBC. I don't know.
A lot of people, that's the bank, right?
I
A
used to
lot
work
of people
there.
do the same. In fact, on the flyer, I believe that was on there.
Look.
But we're changing it. So
I definitely want to get that out my head right now. That HSBC.
Right.
But anyway, that's another. That's a horse of another color. Can I just talk about something else, which is important? Being able to get the information out there. And at home, you understand what we're saying. Steve has a great program that he's doing. We want to see that program get supported through donations. He's a not-for-profit organization. And In the Upper Room is also a not-for-profit organization. So if you really like what we're doing, and even if you don't like what we're doing, but you see the value in it, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to go and get in touch with Steve, find out how you can help him. And don't hesitate to get in touch with me. If you're using a computer, you can go to itupperroom.com, use our contact form, let us know that you want to support us. There's a donate button on the homepage. You can just click that and donate directly. Or you can give me a call at 302-494-0231. I got Shauna's number in my phone, but I don't dial it so much. I just hit her name, so I can't give you that number right now, but you'll see it on the website. So, but I say that to say that, every vehicle needs to be run by some sort of fuel.
yes, it does.
You know what I mean?
does.
If you guys will help us, believe me, we're going to share this journey with you. And where we go, we take you with us.
Yes. And to add to that, with the HBCU Delaware Talk Show,
Yeah.
it's definitely for the community. It's for you.
Yeah.
It's a vehicle to give you information that you may not necessarily receive in the schools, in the school districts, because I don't see a lot of promotion of HBCU schools overall. I know that they are promoting them, but in general, you don't have, it's so many HBCU schools out there,
Right.
and we want that community in Wilmington. We get that community in Wilmington. The bands will come here.
Right.
We need to see the
Right.
HBCU marching bands. They have it in Atlanta. Why not Wilmington?
Right.
know.
Definitely why not? There's no reason why not.
Right.
Because there's a place for it. There's a connection to it.
Yes,
Make it happen.
it's going to happen. It is. It's been talked about. It's going to happen.
All right.
And can I add one more thing?
Please, go for it.
But you know that I was reading. I'm still battling. I'm fighting with this. Like in the book, in the Bible, it's like in the beginning there were, right? Was. But in Revelation, it doesn't say there's an end. See what I mean? So they're talking about in the beginning, and I'm sharing this. It's in the beginning and change. See, I don't believe that anything ends. I just believe that things change.
Yeah.
So the things that are going on in our community, they're not going to end.
Right.
They are going to change, but it takes us to make it change. So
heard
everyone that right now, that's in our 30s, 40s, 50s, it's time for us to impact our community.
Food.
We allow the ones in our 60s, thank you very much for all that you do, but we have to work for you because you paved the way for us.
Right.
And the ones that's in the 70s, 80s, they paved the way for you. So now we have to take the opportunity. It just so happens that the 30-year-olds, 40-years, and 50-year-olds, we're right there in the middle.
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
that's what's going to take us to impact the community, the youth.
Yeah, because, Steve, thank you for sharing that because we think about, the shoulders upon which we stand.
Yes.
And All right, so we get on those shoulders and we stand and we can see for miles and miles
Yeah.
because they planted their feet on firm ground and they gave us a foundation to lift us. And I'm afraid right now that if we put our youth on our shoulders, they might not see across the street. So we got to step up.
Yes.
We
yes.
got to step up and listen. It's very uneven. So that means that as a community, we I don't care what else we do, we must learn to appreciate one another.
That's right.
Stop hating on one another. Stop being jealous. Stop being scandalous. Stop being divisive, and negative. And stop training our children to have those kind of traits, because listen, I'm sorry, but two heads are better than one. And if you're just trying to train people to be lone wolves, believe me, that is so ineffective. I can vouch for that because I once considered myself a lone wolf for many years. Very introverted, not contrary to people, just didn't want to be bothered. And you know what? That got me absolutely nothing. Because people pick up on whether or not you want to be bothered with them or whether or not you want to be a part of the team. And I wasn't sending out that signal, so I don't blame certain people for not wanting to work with me because I wasn't inviting them to.
Right, I get it.
But it took years and years, and I guess when I met Anthony and Terry Carter, and they introduced me to this program, and I met Shauna. Honestly, that's when I really started to see what it's like to be group-minded, and how important it is to do that and learn your role. So, Steve, you guys set a great example, and I love the fact that you are a man of faith, and God has delivered you and chosen you.
Yeah.
And you acknowledge that publicly without shame, because that was another big barrier for me. I didn't want to come out and talk about God in public.